Good afternoon, folks. This is Blavic Shade Floral 226 coming at you, and it's 12:54 p.m. And I wanted to discuss my next vlog, a new vlog with you. And I'm gonna go on and get started. It'll still be about dating, but I'm gonna title it "Get to Know Me: 4 Dating Topics I Talk About." So I'm gonna get right on it and get started. When I started chatting and minutely dating online, I was just out of high school. I learned that if you chat online and the new person you've met is the opposite sex and is an interest to you, then it is minute dating or a mini date. In my vlogs, why the BBL movement should be celebrated with the age of groups, and my other one, Real Tea Time, let's discuss where I come from of Riverview County, Florida. I talk about dating and share some of my experience with it. Dating topic number 1. I explained that as long as you didn't make sex a sort of personal deal maker by the end of chatting, that talking online with an interest you've met there could go a long way. I say this because sex isn't a necessary distraction when getting to know a person. That's only because, from my experience with that, I know from my neck of the woods that when you wake up the next morning after having participated that with somebody, the most human thought that comes to mind after something like that goes down as, what the heck did I do? Question number 1. Know what I'm saying? Or, what the heck was I thinking? Is the second and other question. Why the heck did I do that? One of the most common developments to that is actually the worst kind. He or she loses interest because things aren't the same when they tried chatting after the event of it. Or better yet, you're stood up altogether and can't get a hold of the person after that anymore. But this will happen to you if you had just met the person and then dove headfirst into some chat sex, is why they would do that. And ladies, guys are usually the ones who initiate that sort of contact at the start. Don't start falling for some compliments if he so much as mentions sex to you at first. That is his coercing you to take your clothes off. But don't buy into that from him because he's looking to score. Meaning, he's antsy for some sex activity because you're the only female there with him in a personal chat. If you don't agree with me and think you're a big girl for it and you can handle yourself, I will say participate that with your own discretion. But I'll help myself and go on to say that a little advice about not doing that couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt anyone. Not him, and most safely and stably, not you either. Dating topic number 2. Expertly proficient, attractive foes of daters do own the movement and deny the underdogs, as I call them, their chance at connecting. In my most recent vlog, Let's Agree Towards a Movement of Friendship, I discussed the sordid peoples of the socially retarded misfit personality type. It's a term I use for a kind of person you call a clueless dater. This is someone you can call socially retarded, especially when they first meet someone. It can also mean someone who is socially behind, who is not financially stable or has a good standing job where they're awesomely paid and may still live with relatives and lean on them for support. Also, single people can be identified as socially retarded misfits too, only if single-classed person knows the oppressive ups and downs to the financial motions that trends. The easiest way to put it about socially retarded persons who are single is that they are an underdeveloped person or underdeveloped persons, especially when or if you don't have a college degree. That can be a setback for some people. For me, I realized it hit me hard in the area of dating. Yeah, I can have jobs and work and keep up that way, but I also know that if you do have a degree, that it can help you keep up with contemporary as well as present day events, things that are newsworthy. You'll always be aware of the topics that are ongoing and with what's going on in the community. Degrees do help establish some things, but for the young learning adult, it is never too late for them to go to school to learn something. But act now. I know that many money factors in, but if you have supportive family, seek out the members who understand and ask them to help you. Usually, there are few established persons in the family you can ask. If your family is foreign and that's where you come from, I really suggest you take your time to plan out what you will need to do. Add up your financial needs, including the school you will be going to, and sit down and talk to your established relative about what you will need to do, as well as what you've planned on doing, and have them help you visit your school of choice. So this is my advice for those socially behind. Financially underdeveloped social retards who have trouble contacting and or making contact with other people they'd like to date, as well as friends and daters outside their circle. So back to my topic of clueless daters and the attractive expert folds who are daters. To the average socially retarded who watches this, I want to inform you and share that you don't need in with those who most obviously think they're better than you and are so self centered and self entitled that they are much too cowardly or painfully honest, that they play with your esteem and ego and lead you on. That sort of person is not needed for your growth journey. And yes, there are people who are capably entitled who think themselves so far better than those who have to scrape in order to make it. There too, in the goal that they get too wrapped up into their self beauty to be able to help those they know are beneath them. It's when it's too difficult for them to tell you the truth about what they think of you is when you emotionally step in. This is why I most definitely follow as well as believe in the verse of ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find. But one must know their entitlement in order for them to help singled person and or friend in need. It's a sad fact that beautiful as well as delightfully pleasing people have trouble seeing the beauty of those who struggle the oppression of being socially behind what benefits them. Their entrancing way into open sourced culture and what's popular, right? All because of the physical beauty hiccup, right? I am for what's average, but I get tired of it when it's too good for some, and their scoring at that is ongoing. And I mean to where it's non stopping. I'm from the other side of the tracks to that, and I've been able to examine my setback and ethnic as well as societal struggles, a sort of catch 101 for the underdeveloped retard. Since I have shared and discussed that I am a Haitian young lady who struggles this. Dating topic number 3. Dating is such a hardship for those unmarried and or underexperienced. Being an unmarried person for as long as I've been, it took me so long to realize that in spite of being unchosen for dating, I'd have a hard time meeting other people outside my residential area who would like to potentially date. I noticed one day on my way to the market store on foot to buy something to eat that in our nice area in the neighborhood that there were hardly any pedestrians on foot the direction I was headed. I suddenly realized my setback of being a non-driver. Almost everyone there had transportation and or were driving. I felt like such a peasant child. Even years ago, when I would go on foot, wherever I needed to go, I recall those travel experiences as one of the most repetitive pedestrian ordeals I had ever been through. I didn't have a friend who lived around my area, who could have given me a ride. I couldn't understand why my life turned out this dreadfully forlorn. How could a young lady be this solitary? I wasn't that bad a person. I wanted to group so direly. I wanted so much to friends group so terribly. I thought I'd die if I didn't ever get to. This is why I am so grateful for Facebook today. And I know that there are other sites as well. Back then, it was stooped so muchly in dating for the attractive, unmarried, and those who are after marriage folk out there. I didn't know how a socially retarded, clueless person like me could ever come around. A few some years later, there is still Facebook and some improvements and progresses later. I will say I am much better than I was nearly 9 years ago or so. Yes, it was that dismal. Dating topic number 4. What are some improvements the social front could use? Please stop ignoring and ghosting the disheartened, socially alienated, collectively behind parties of clueless dater, social misfitting retards. Facebook daters and experts. Exclamation, exclamation. That's my advice. Stigmally disfigured folk could use the love too. And with the advantageously attractive and adept daters out there going well too, there should be enough love to go around. So this is what I wanted to talk about and get off my chest. And I have done it. So thank you for listening. I bid you adieu, and we will be talking again. Thank you. Till then, bye. And hopefully I can come around to elaborate on this some more. So I'll be working on that. Like, comment, subscribe, and just tune in for more. Thanks. Take care. Bye.